She aches for the kind of touch that makes time pause. The kind that makes her forget where she is, who's watching, what comes next. A hand at the small of her back that sends heat racing up her spine. Fingers lingering at the curve of her hip, steady, certain. A slow graze along her collarbone that steals a breath from her lungs. These aren't just moves. They're invitations. And the men who understand them, they don't chase. They don't beg. They own the moment. Quietly, fully, with nothing but their hands. For places. For touches she can't resist, even if she wanted to. And when you learn them, you'll never look at her the same way again. And she'll never forget how you made her feel. 1. The small of her back. Underrated. Primal. Right where her body transitions. From stability to softness. Why is this spot so powerful? Because it lives at the intersection of protection and desire. When your hand rests there, just above her hips, just below her waist, it speaks a language older than words. You're safe. I've got you. You're mine. This isn't about aggression. It's about grounded presence. It's subtle, masculine, calm. Think of guiding her through a crowd with your hand at her back, leaning in to whisper something as your palm rests gently against the spine. Or standing behind her, your hand steady, still, without demand. That moment, it's charged. It makes her feel claimed, without feeling controlled. And when done right, it's unforgettable. Because she's not just reacting to your touch. She's reacting to who you are when you touch her. 2. The curve of her hip. This isn't just touch, it's command. The curve of her hip is where her body whispers a story of instinct, of femininity grounded in grace. Place your hand there and everything shifts. Unlike holding her hand, which is polite, unlike touching her face, which is romantic, touching her hip is primal. It says, I'm leading. You're with me. When you pull her closer without a word. When you guide her through a doorway with your hand firm at her side. When you dance and your grip is effortless, certain, it builds a quiet, magnetic tension. This spot doesn't tolerate nervousness or force. She'll feel if you're unsure. She'll pull away if you overdo it. But if you're calm, anchored, present, she'll lean into you without hesitation. Because a man who can command her hip with silent strength, that's a man who knows how to lead. 3. Her collarbone. Overlooked, underestimated, but one of the most intimate zones on her body. At first, it seems insignificant. But touch isn't about skin, it's about meaning. Her collarbone sits at the edge of vulnerability, close to the heart, close to breath. It's where presence meets patience. This is not a place strangers touch. It's personal, reserved, intentional. Grazing your fingertips along her collarbone as you adjust her necklace. Brushing that space gently while whispering something in her ear. Tracing the curve from shoulder to bone and stopping. Not taking, not asking, just being. That pause, that restraint is everything. Because when you stop just before she expects you to, it leaves her wondering. It leaves her wanting. It lingers like a song she keeps replaying. 4. The outside of her thigh. This one changes everything. It's not about lust. It's not about performance. It's about presence. When your hand rests there, whether in a car, at a bar, or sitting beside her on the couch, it says, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. You can let go. It steadies her, contains her energy without caging it, makes her feel safe and seen and subtly claimed. No movement, no squeezing, just still, calm contact. And suddenly, the noise of the world fades away. Because this isn't a gesture. It's a conversation. A language her body understands instantly. But here's the catch. This touch only works when it comes from genuine stillness. If you're trying to impress her, she'll know. If you're seeking a reaction, she'll pull away. It only works when it's real. When it's steady, grounded, and unshakably sure. This is the touch that separates the boys from the men. So remember, the small of her back, reassuring and primal. The curve of her hip, commanding and bold. Her collarbone, delicate and intimate. The outside of her thigh, steady and unforgettable. She may never say it. She might not even know why it affects her so deeply. But those touches bypass her logic and speak straight to her instinct. And when you understand that, you'll never just touch a woman again. You'll leave an imprint on her skin, and in her memory,